A fine day for a stroll through a big city. Hello everyone and welcome back to Anno 800 Megacity, to downtown, as we're walking down there. Yeah, Santa Claus is already taking up orders for the big day, and in this case we need to grow. Of course, it's nice to look at, especially also that park. I love the long road, the long straight road there with the fences. And yeah, right now you can see the sun. Soon there won't be any sun here anymore because the towers just grow. And let's continue right away with, well, yeah, those rides are annoying, gotta say that. But let's continue with this area here that is especially important for us because there's a department store now and also some additional furniture stores and whatnot. And this means that we do need to have a warehouse here. And I think this is a great location down here. Kind of like a service area that we have, right? So we got all these, the hospital, we got a firefighter here. We don't need that firefighter anymore. And we even have some space for more buildings. So I think this is safe to just add some more farmers here, right? Because we can upgrade them happily after a while. And we also will have this and upgrade that warehouse here to look proper, to look the part. And then we have the fire station here as well. And in that case, let's hope that, yep, there it is. The cart is already taking its long trip down there to the south, taking up its goods. And then we'll have more thingies coming in here. That's the department store, so we can upgrade those guys. Speaking about upgrades, we can continue with some upgrades here. These guys here are still engineers. Right, so there is still no electricity for them at the moment. We're still lacking electricity for the center. So this is going to be the main focus of this episode, of course, providing more oil to all of these people. Let's upgrade a bunch more here because this area has electricity at the moment. I'm happy to report. And we got 12,000, well, 12,000 artisans ready to upgrade. The next research is coming along. Great stuff. However, as we can see, it's consuming all my engineer workforce. So we gotta, you know, lower this here a bit because you don't want to have a negative workforce there. Otherwise, my industry is suffering. And a couple of minutes more for the research is no problem to me. So we can just take this in as well. What we definitely want to take in as well is more oil. So it's this area. Very important for this area too is that we have our own soldier district again, right? So that's the outpost all the way up here. And I'm gonna like this one here the most, right? This is such a nice plateau. So we could have this outpost all the way up there, overlooking then the entrance into Dowry and showing who's boss. Right, so that we have a proper workforce here, also with a canteen service again. There is a clay pit here. That's a bit annoying. It'll have to do. And then here. So I'm gonna make this really tight around that clay pit so that we can like hide it as well, right? Like this. And then also here. So that you basically it's a courtyard for these guys. A playground for the soldiers. To have some fun. With clay. You can make a lot of beautiful things with clay. So these soldiers, perhaps they're crafty. You don't know. And then we have another block over here. Probably here. You don't need that many actually for staffing them. So I guess this is already fine for now. And we could already build this one together with those guys here, right? That's just some sails and timber. We have plenty of that. And also the canteen, that's the important one. To provide some basic services. And yeah, the soldier district is growing already. Lots of building materials coming in again with the next cargo ship. This one, this one, this one just returned. Very good. Because without waiting too long, I would really like to start with the electricity right away that we have. So that's the oil refinery number 1. And oh, look at that. Yeah, it's tight. It's possible. It should be possible. Yes. This is gonna be quite the output, right? For one oil refinery. Crazy stuff. The next one is up there, and then we have an oil field here. This one. Can we make this work? Nah, unfortunately that's not gonna happen. So here I'm gonna leave one available at least. Some of you might be pointing out again, this is wrong. I don't care, right? This is plenty enough. We're not gonna lack oil after this anymore. I'm gonna need an oil harbor. We're definitely gonna put this one as close as possible to the center, because we want to protect this one at all costs. That's the important thing. And we should have a lot of iron so that we can make this work. Just see, this goes all the way up here. And then we have the other one that goes all the way over here now to the other side. And just look at how much steel we're gonna need for this. Now this will already cost some workforce, 75 obreros for each one of them. So we start with 100 baseline, which is great. But of course we still need the frappantain and the ponchos. And this is where we could already have our Rangoon. Rangoon should work out fine for having a trade route in here now, because I really don't want to have this production again. For the new world, it's really a bit annoying with the fried plantains and the ponchos. I hate those production chains. They take a lot of space and a lot of time to build up. So I'm going to go the lazy route here. It's just impossible to find them. Such a long list. There you go. And the Rangoon is going to trade this one. Might have some other trades than here as well down the road, but that's a nice start. I'm not expecting that much resistance here. Alright, so we're just gonna see how this one fares. I still have a cargo ship with the white flag. That will do just fine here as well. But let's have this going for now. The ships have been almost fully repaired, so they're repairing themselves mostly. And I'm gonna have them, I'm gonna have them here in this area. We can still get to Bellanova quickly if this is getting under attack. And Bellanova still needs though some bricks. So I'm gonna send them over. Not this one. Probably with the white flag. 20 bricks here. Getting them down to repair it. Otherwise there's no one defending this island. And we have 7 clay deposits. It might be worth it. What's going on? We need a road connection. Oh, wow. This has been disconnected for some reasons. Now it's working. Might be using this one. No, I'm gonna use probably this one here for my first clay industry as well. We'll just see how many we upgrade, in fact. Very good. This is important. We should be doing this right away. Let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pushing my my scholars. Because I really want to unlock the electricity here. To speed up my research. Okay, let's go ahead and get us the first oil refinery going. And all of the towers, of course, as well. This was very expensive. And with that... Oh, by the way, we can also upgrade our workforce here already. So let's do this as well right away. In Dowry. The next upgrade will be a bit more expensive. Oh no! Oh, I've clicked with shift. So we've actually built both of them now right away. I think... Yeah, I do need a few more bricks now. There you go, to finish my oil harbor as well. And with that, we got 2 more oil refineries finally working. I'm so happy about this. Let's get the trade route going. Dowry to Sleepy Hollow down the right. Get the oil. And we already have 2 oil tankers ready. I'm gonna implement the first one, and the second one will wait a bit before he gets cracking. Another thing we can do. 50% should be fine, especially considering that we can still build the chapel. That will definitely increase the happiness by quite a bit. The boxing arena we can afford as well. I think I'm gonna have the boxing arena somewhere here in the center. It's all about the happiness here, so we can maximize our oil yields, which is really the most important thing for me right now. And with that, we have a happy population. We have the police stations not too far away, so this should all be fine. The oil refineries usually explode, right? So I think a fire station next to them is not really useful. I'm just gonna build me one anyway, and one over there. But as far as I know, they usually tend to just explode instead of going on fire or something, you know? So they're just immediately gone. For this, we need to have then our clay production here up and running so that we can always repair them as well if it needs be. Getting this one done to have the workforce for that rolling. Perfect. Happy as is. With that, we can push Sleepy Hollow to the next level, really. Can I upgrade the trading post? I can. Doubling our storage once again to 250 tons. That's all we're really gonna need here for a long time. Another thing I would like to do here in the center. So first of all, we do have some... Okay, this was just possible now. Champagne. Damn you, Champagne. I wanted to upgrade them. What we can do in the meantime is, though, I'm gonna get rid of this area here. So, you know, first of all, they don't have electricity, but that was on intention because this is a great area for the Skyline Tower then. So let's just see how we can modify this one. I'm probably gonna get rid of some of the artisans here. Let's face it, we don't really need that many artisans. And with that, I can take the engineers and move them down here to the lower side. This is a beautiful spot. I don't think we need so much space for the Skyline Tower itself, right? So that should be fine already as it stands. And we moved now some of those buildings here to this back there. And then we have, what is that? That's engineers still. All right, that we need to upgrade as well. Speaking about upgrades, there's a bunch more that we could push to investors. And these guys here. And then also lots of artisans over there. Ah, there's my champagne. Let's continue. This whole area. With the upgrade, how far can we still go? Ah, these guys here. This one and these here. Getting a few of them in. Very good. With the blue sky delivery guy. And yeah, I think we can already upgrade these guys here to the next level. At least some of them. To get also a nice panorama effect out of them. And immediately the chewing gum also comes in for these guys. Very good. We're still now on our way then to the biscuits. Now, biscuits requires the citrus from the New World. So this is something we need to add. Now, of course, the question is, where do we have any kind of citrus fertility for that matter? And of course, dowry is perfect for this because we have lots of space here. Now, when it comes to that, dowry is probably going to be my whole orchard island, now that I think about it, because we have that much space and we're going to need a lot of orchards, of course, for what's to come. Building this one here requires then the fields. Now, this is a mod that gives you the orchards as normal farms, right? I prefer this a lot over the circular basic function, right? They still need the same amount of space, so it's not really, in my opinion, any kind of cheating. It's just a convenience thing, right? So we can add them here. Each one of them produces 2 tons per minute. This will be fine for a long time. Having them here, let's also check out that they have the maximum range they have. Then we're gonna have a warehouse here. And this one we could also use then as well. Let's actually do this now, right? To get us the second brick production going here in dowry. Citrus mixed with the fumes of bricks should come in lovely. And let's also have these guys here upgraded right away to get the right amount of barrels for all of this. Once again, we're gonna need a trade route. Now, dowry, let's change the name here to Kikiville, one of my supporters, one of my latest supporters. Thank you very much for your support. And Kikiville is just an awesome name. So I'm gonna take this one, and Magnificent is gonna be my trade route for this one. That's Kikiville to Sleepy Hollow. And we're starting here with, of course, citrus or citrus. And let's take this one 3 times. The volume could be higher on this one. So we'll just see, right? Because you needed a lot for that for the biscuits. And then we also have the cinnamon especially that we'll have soon. There's still the oil fields here that we might tap. We would have the materials except the bricks. And bricks we have a lot in Manola. So we could also just do this as well. I want to upgrade our harbor area there too. And let's also have the next plantation here. We could boost them, yeah. Something that we could consider, but not right now. Building permits finished. 2 more scholars here, 2 more here. And so the population grows towards 1,000 now with those. And that will unlock us then electricity. Local mail. Let's get this one going as well. It's a nice free boost. Should be fine with local mail. We are. Plus 10, plus 12 is our surplus right now. We are capped. So we are full on storage. Lots more fires than I'm used to in these highly developed buildings. So I will need to get me some more fire stations going. By the way, for those of you who noticed, yes, my balance dropped pretty hard. That's because I got rid of the financial propaganda. 15% less is actually 130,000 on the income. I might consider putting it back online because this is quite severe when it comes to the income. However, we do have now a very happy population, right? Not that it really reduces riots because you get the propaganda negative penalty, but you still have a happy population for some nice work boosting. Also boosting some of those skyscrapers to get some panorama effects in finally. And as you can see, now we're earning around 2,000 for, not for this one, but for this one, because this has the intense effect. So that's another 2,000 coming in here. Now preparing the biscuit production is a bit more tricky because I think, as far as I checked, we're out of tallow, but we have a lot of pigs. So we can go all the way up here where we have our rendering works. We're boosting none of them at the moment, which might be a shame, honestly. We do have the trade union here. I do not have any ferraces. Where's my cloning factory? I thought we were breeding them on some kind of farm. Let's get my ship down there to Eli. He's got the breeding farm of ferras and he's gonna get them in. By the way, I didn't even notice the World Fair has been finished. In all its glory, a new monument welcomes Sleepy Hollow, a nice landmark building that you can see from afar, everywhere. It's actually a usual building for the center of something. And yeah, it lacks electricity, so it's really not working at all right now. But of course, electricity should be fine soon. I'm not going to build more rendering works, right? So I'd rather do something else, and I'm going to take this trade union here. Oh, we cannot push this more to the center. It's a bit of a shame because I do not have all the rendering works in here. We have some more here though with this. So both of them, yeah, both of them will be fine then. So let's get this back. All right, another thing that we can do right away, that I probably should have done earlier, but that is, of course, yeah, having a visit at Madame Kahina, because Madame Kahina has interesting items. For example, this one here that gives me the grape fertility, at least in the surrounding area of a trade union. There's a bunch of them available. This one here at least has no penalty. Like this one here has 15% productivity penalty, which is just really severe. And there's a lot of these things that we can do with all of that, right? So she has some interesting items. Mostly she's got items, of course, for botanical gardens and whatnot. Look at that. There it is. 25% boost. I would like to get this one. Now, there's the item. The problem will be, of course, where we should add this one, right? Because at this point, Sleepy Hollow is full. Well, not quite there, because we have actually some room to maneuver around with. And of course, the docklands help us out there again, because we are already importing pigs, so that we are, well, full on them, right? And look at that, the price is coming in 8 minutes, and we're almost still full on them. The 2,000 that we are importing is way more than what we need, which is 1,200. So there's a huge buffer here, and I would like to use this now to get rid of the last pig farms in Sleepy Hollow. This also gives me a massive attractiveness boost and gives me back the workforce. So that's a lot of things that we got back from this. I can move my warehouses a bit here to the back, all the way now. There you go. What to do with you? We already have a police station there. Let's have it just here by the warehouse there, so you can get it integrated so nicely. Now, of course, this is not an area where we want to have the grape, or do we? Nah, it's not a lot of space, honestly. But we already have the horses here, so it makes sense to do something else, and that is move a bunch of other horses over, right? So especially these guys here, because look at that, there's another thing here. That is, we have the power plant here, and so far we're only using this area here for it, right? We're not using this whole area there. This is a potential that we are wasting at the moment, and I would like to start using this by moving my horses over there. Just see how big they are, right? Incredible. Like, I was not expecting such a massive difference now between the two of them. It should be fine though, right? So we already have the two here and the two here. So this is working, at least for now. And then, oh wait a second. Probably get rid of these guys again, right? Just see if we can make this work there. And then we have a whole bunch more, these guys here, that we still want to move. They don't look so big on the plateau, but once you have them in here, they're just massive. Incredible. Alright, I'm trying to squeeze them in like so, because this way we should be able to use the space up here a bit more efficiently. So there's the malt house we can have. Ah! I was pretty sure this would work. Alright, let's get rid of this road and move them down by 1. Like, this whole game is just totally against me. Okay, now this works. It was once again just 1 tile, really. Now we have the space. Oh, thank you very much. The building permit comes in too. To have our malt house here. I mean, it looks like a malt house, right? It's not. It's something else. This one has 2, this one has 2. And this one we're gonna move over there. So this one has another slot here. And with that, we have them moved, at least for now. Gives me lots of space. That is good. How far can the electricity go? All the way to this point here. Now, you might be also asking, what's this got to do now with the champagne, right? Nothing. I was just a bit in between my thought here, because I wanted to check something else, and that is if we're still importing the logs. Yes, we are, right? 1,700 logs. We don't need that much, I think. Logs? Oh, we need a lot of logs. We need, in fact, 2,400 tons, 2,500 tons, if I'm being honest. Getting this one in is a lot. 300 should still be fine for the horses. It's not enough though for the storage, right? Because my storage is only 2,200. So once again, I will also need to do something here. And that is push my storage department to another level. There you go. Also get me another attractiveness boost. We're now appealing at least again, not disgusting or anything. And with that, we got now 2,600. Now, I'm not going to delete all of them, but most of them. Because here, that's going to be my grape industry for now. We need them. There is just no working around that anymore. I'm going to keep a few of them. Might also keep the sawmills, but I'm going to have them... yeah, probably right here. So that we have... yeah, these guys I can get rid of. This fresh water I'm gonna move over here as well. Okay, that probably will still not be enough. I'm gonna delete this, this, and this to make room for even more here. We do have enough warehouses. This one can be here. Alright. Still gonna be tough to pull this off, but we have 2 aces up our sleeves. 3, you might even say. First of all, we can now use again the trade union, of course, that we have over there. Look at that, these guys here, they're not even affected by it yet. And the trade union, of course, has this very cool item with the medal winning producer. And, no for us still, but for us is also coming in again. Let's just check it out that we can actually get them in. Yeah, at least those guys here I can get in. Very good. With the next trade union. And then I would like to get my trade union built. and the hybrid grapes wine. So this is affecting the vineyards now, gives them the grape fertility and the productivity boost of 25%. And of course, we also will get us another one of these here in, right? To produce extra champagne out of vineyards, because it's affecting not only the grain farms, the red pepper farms, but also vineyards, which is just crazy. So you can make actually some passive champagnes out of your grape production. And that's what I would like to have here then. I love these items, right? And with that, we just need now a bunch of buildings here. I'm thinking about a fuel station. So we have the fuel station close by. Yes. So all of them will get their tractor barn. With the silo, I'm a bit torn. I'm not. We have enough fertilizer, so very good. I'm going to boost them with both, right? So we're going to have the fertilizer here, and we're going to have the tractor barn in here. So this is going to be crazy. I can't wait for this one. The problem will be space. Check it out. Okay, with that, we got them ready. Let's build all of it. Oh, wow, what a beautiful sound. Fantastic. And there it is. Now, all of them do have a silo, do have a tractor barn. We still have this area available if I need to, but look at how many fields we already need just for these few over there, right? And once they get boosted, this is going to be crazy good. One mistake I did down here, and that's this tractor barn that can't reach the depot. That's okay. I'm going to leave it be for now. The fields come back actually like so. Okay. I will need to, now that I see that, I will actually need to move. Oh god. You can see, if there's one tiny mistake, you're screwed. Literally. There it is. Now this is working out, and yeah, they're now getting all the goods. Also the fuel. And once this is finished, we're gonna have another nice area here that is ready to roll. Production will be at 14, which is fine, because don't forget, each one of them, if we're looking at a normal grape farm, produces only 0.5 per minute, right? So with those few, we already have a production of 14 now, which is a lot. How much champagne do we still need? 1 ton. So we are set with champagne for a very long time. The only thing that might be in our way then is the glass, but we have now 14 tons of a buffer. And this is exactly where I would like to use this area now for 2 things. The first one is, we are of course, once again, using a trade union here then, because this is going to be industry zone. So I'm probably going to have it here. The freshwater. Oh wow, it actually profits from electricity. That I didn't know. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, let's just have them there. Also gonna have another warehouse over there. And then I need to check out the glass again. The glass is unequal. That's a problem. So I will need to use more glass here. Probably over there. This could work, but I think this is... Oh, okay, this would work even better. Very good. We'll definitely also need a warehouse here. They're being affected for the glass. Then we have the window makers, of course, that we want to use. That's 2, 3. I think this is fine for now. Okay. And then we're going to push into the champagne cellar now. 2 per minute and 4 per minute if we boost it with electricity. Electricity goes a long way. Oh yeah, the whole road here. So this will be fine. Right, and of course some fire here. And by the way, that's already 6 tons baseline, 12 tons with electricity, and with another for us, probably 16 to 18 tons. And we still keep the passive bonus, of course, but look how much we boosted it now. The passive was 7, and now we're pushing it by 18 additional tons just with, yeah, just with one item that made it all possible. Gonna get my ship back to Eli because we want to get the item. He's breeding some for us. He should have them. And then we're just gonna build 2 more here. Those. And definitely now... Let's start with 2. That's already more than enough. all the way down here, so this whole area really can be electrified. Beautiful. All right, back to my skyscrapers. In this case, I think we're gonna selectively upgrade a bunch so that we get our panorama effect. We can have a few more down here, and then I would probably like to start working on this area now. It's insane. This block, it cost me 140 tons of steel beams already. That's so much that really, even if you have a high steel beams production like we have, you're burning through it. Eli is spitting me out another Ferrous again. Very good. And also another medal winning producer. This is probably going to be enough to passively produce the champagne out of my fields now. Because, yeah, with all of them, that's 14, right? So the bonus probably gives me another 3 tons. So in this case, we could solve the entire city supply by just the passive production. Now, the other reason what we need the industry area for, of course, is my next good that we have, and that's the biscuits, because the biscuits are produced in an assembly line, and the assembly line always needs electricity. So you want to have this one here at a production rate of 4 tons. You can produce them. So I think with 2 of them, we should be set for a very long time for biscuits. Right now, my demand is 1. So this is already going to be 8 tons, and we're not even counting in a for us or something like that. Waiting for a bunch of materials now, then we can finalize this one and head towards skyscrapers tier 3 and probably tier 4 again right away. Hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned.